You're listening to the Next Gen Prophets podcast, and we're your spiritual parents,
Craig
and Colette Toach. We get up to this mic here every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to accelerate your process, to take you higher. We arm you with prophetic swords, with slings and stones to go take out the enemy. Prophets are warriors, prophets are champions, prophets are unstoppable until they aren't. Because the truth is, prophet, that as much passion as we have, as much fire as we want, there just comes a time where the enemy gets in the chinks of our armor, where that rejection and that nasty word that somebody sent you really gets under your skin, and you start to doubt yourself. Today we're going to speak on 5 reasons why prophets need tribe.
Yes.
Prophets, it's more than just a desire in you. I didn't say this is 5 reasons why prophets desire tribe. I'm telling you why you need it. That desire is there for a reason. And if you don't have tribe, the problem is you're not going to be effective in your ministry.
That's so good.
Now, I'm not saying that to be boastful or to try and discourage you in any way. You can say, oh my goodness, I don't have a tribe. I'm just saying, no. Let me tell you why that desire is in you. And let me tell you 5 reasons why you need it. Because you're not using the tribe you're in effectively. And you're finding tribe in the wrong place. And you're just getting hurt. And it's killing me. You know, it kills me to see you go out there to your church, you know, go and work with a leader, and you have all of this potential inside of you. You go out to share that potential and you get the attack.
Yes.
You get the pushback and it crushes you. And then I'm watching prophets I love sit themselves down, run away from the battlefield because they can't handle it anymore. And it's because you're not utilizing tribe.
As you're speaking, I see in the spirit how we are supposed to be a body. Scripture talks about it all the time. And what I love about that image is that if a part of the body is sick, the rest of the body actually helps in healing it.
Ooh.
And that's what I see for you, prophet, is that you think that tribe is a suggestion and maybe if I really feel like it, I might have to. No, this is your survival secret to being full of power and ready to be used by the Lord all the time.
The Lord has given me this promise, and he gave it to me years ago before we even started our first prophetic school, before I knew that I'd be working with so many prophets. He gave me Isaiah 60. This is a very famous passage. But verse 4 is the core of the promise he gave me. Lift up your eyes all around and see. They all gather together. They come to you. Your sons shall come from afar, and your daughters shall be nursed at your side. And at that time, I wasn't a spiritual parent yet. And I would try to figure out what is the deeper meaning. I had no clue that God at that time.
You weren't a teacher yet.
No. I was just like, Jesus, I'm trying to see it. What sons and daughters, I'm going to have a whole lot of kids. I had no clue. But as the years went by, the Lord started showing me this passage again and again. And then he started showing me there's a reason why I'm bringing them to you. They need tribe. They need a place to belong.
Yes.
And here is why. Here are the 5 reasons. The first one is you need a place to feel normal.
Yes.
I teach my prophets, guys, you have to embrace the fact that you're crazy, that you're not normal, that you're different to the rest of the fivefold, that you're different to your family, you're different to the church. And you've come to a place of being like, okay, I can deal with that. But in the core of yourself, there's still a little itty bitty piece of you that says, can I just take a break? Can I just be me for 5 minutes? And the only place you're ever going to feel any kind of semblance of normal is amongst other prophets.
Yes.
Now, before I carry on, I almost forgot to mention, if this is the first time that you're listening to our podcast, please go to myprophetictribe.com and go and check out our new tribe website. We've been investing a lot of time into it because we want to stay more connected and make more available. Craig and I want to accelerate your process beyond every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
That's right.
If you've been listening on and off for a while now, this is a new website. Please come and share with us. Get that chat box. Tell us what you think of it. Consider becoming part of our tribe and spearheading this prophetic move with us, okay?
That's right.
Because why? Number 1, you need a place to feel normal. And while not everybody will feel normal here, you will profit because it's a place where you belong. Number 2, the second reason why you need tribe is that you need a place to gain strength to face the battle again. You know, even in ancient times, when they went to war, you get this idea that a Roman soldier would just fight and fight and fight for hours. But I was doing a little bit of study on battle formations and ancient times of war. And they had to fight in spurts. In fact, they'd have somebody fighting with them who carried a shield. So he would go out, he would fight until he became weary, step back a bit behind the shield, caught his breath, and then would fight again. There is no way that anyone, unless of course he was one of David's mighty men, the average soldier needed to take breaks of giving it all he got and then taking a few moments to gather his senses. And that's you. Come on. How long have you been giving it all you got? Nobody can and should stay on the battlefield perpetually. Right. You need moments of downtime to let somebody pick up the shield and carry on the battle for you. You don't desire it. You need it. Exactly. It's not a suggestion. You need it. Yep. You need to be gathered with all these other sons and daughters where you can take a breath before you go and fight the battle one more time.
You know, it's so true. I mean, just think about it. In business terms, somebody that does that for too long has a mental breakdown. Guys, we are human and we love to be in the spirit, but when you are tasked at pushing yourself all the time, you're going to have a spiritual burnout.
Yeah.
But if you sit in the tribe, and this is what I hope you're getting, is tribe is a lifestyle. Tribe is family. It's an environment where you can just be who you are at those times. You are a champion out there, and everybody expects you to be that MVP player that does no wrong. But you know what? You can't live there 24/7. You got to come away and just be a normal Joe or Jane and come and have some fun with others. And that's where this is at.
You know, Samuel, he started the first prophetic tribe, the first little prophetic family. He started, I believe it was in Ramah.
That's right, yes.
He started the first school of the prophets. I think it's crazy. Right through the scriptures, we see the school of the prophets. And have you ever thought, hang on, why is that so necessary that they had a school? Because not everybody has someone at their church that they can say, hey, I need a break from the battle.
That's
in
true.
fact, perhaps God has sent you to a church where they don't believe in the gifts or they don't believe in the prophetic or you're being opposed. You think you need to leave that church because you're not getting those needs met. No, I'm saying you need a prophetic tribe so that you can continue that hard ground, go back again and fight because the battle is tough. It's like you said, Craig, you're getting burnout, but yet you know God has positioned you there. Find a prophetic tribe, find a team of prophets, just like Samuel instituted, and go and get a rest from the battle so that you could go again. Now, number three, and third reason why you need a tribe is you need someone to test your revelations with. You need a battle buddy.
Yes.
Prophets, this is the biggest mistake we all make. And I'm putting myself there too. We get so excited about our revelations, it doesn't occur to us for a second, we might be wrong.
That's true.
You really need to put that revelation through someone. If you're going to give a word to a leader, or God has put it on your heart to give a hard word to an organization, I would like to think you went to another prophet to help get a little bit of clarity before you stepped out onto that battlefield all alone.
That's true. You know, I got to come back to what you said with Samuel and the first school. You know, I love what they called them, the sons of the prophets, because in that I see the camaraderie that was within those guys. You know, if you look at a bunch of brothers working out together, it's like they push each other, they test each other, they're there for each other, they pick on each other, they fight with each other, but let nobody else come near them and fight with them because they all band together. They might not like that guy a moment before, but anybody pick on him, those guys are on that other guy and they're going to sort it out. And I love that community, that feeling of it. It's like, yes, test out. Because I love what you said, because sometimes our own inflections are put into that word and it causes a problem. And I love what you say when you test it out with others and you say, this is what I feel, they say, yes, but this is God, this is you. Be careful. And right away, you start to feel the difference. And in future times when you get a word, you're going to actually be able to differentiate between your own mind and that of the Spirit.
Oh man, that every prophet I knew submitted themselves to a tribe.
Yes.
So that they could test that word, say, hey guys, what do you sense about this? Help me out here. For those of you who aren't part of a tribe, I'm picking up so much in the spirit here. Please go to myprophetictribe.com. You see that little chat box. If you have a word, you do need vetting. You're not sure, you're feeling insecure in any way. I need you to know that I have a full team of prophets that Craig and I have personally trained on the other end of that line. You'll be able to see if they are online, if they're not online, if it's after work hours, still post your message and they will contact you directly. That is what we do, guys. This is our ministry. We're here for you. We're parents to the prophets. We have all these resources. Don't ever feel like you're left in the cold again. Let's see this through together, okay?
Please, guys.
Now, that leads me to the fourth reason why you really need tribe, and that's to receive healing so you don't bleed on others. Come on, guys. How many leaders have we been under that bled all over us? And it's like, look, I understand why you're hurt. I understand why you're lashing out that way, but it doesn't make it any better for me. And the last thing you want to do, I know, because I know your heart. The last thing you want to do is go and bleed on someone else. But where do you go to get healing? Guys, you need to go to your tribe of prophets. You need to get your healing there. You need to get patched up in the medic tent so that you can go back into the battlefield. I just keep hearing in the spirit, as we're sharing, does this tribe have to be my local church? Does it? No, it doesn't have to be your local church. But if you are submitted to a pastor, it's probably a good idea for you to mention that you do go and receive direction and healing from this prophetic tribe to help make sure that you're staying straight as a prophet. I do highly recommend that kind of relationship if you do have a close relationship with your pastor, and it's important to him that he knows where you're receiving from. He should at least be in the know of where you are going and receiving teaching. But still, it doesn't have to be the same. Look, if you have this in your local church, then I want to meet that pastor and shake his hand or her hand, as the case may be, because you're doing it right, ma'am. You're doing it right, sir. Prophets need tribe to get this kind of healing. Don't be all offended at the prophet that's bleeding all over God's people if you haven't created an environment for him to get healed. I just had to get that out. The spiritual
prophetic
part of me
rant, prophetic
is like,
rant.
Don't shout about how messed up they are if you're not creating an environment to help heal and restore, okay? Alrighty, so I'm just going to go on to point 5 before I get back up on that soapbox. Stop laughing at me, Mike.
I'm holding my mouth.
He knows he knows he's apostle. He's like, oh boy, here she goes again. Number 5. Another reason, and the fifth reason why you need a prophetic tribe, is to receive motivation so you don't give up. We are super passionate and excitable, but after receiving a couple of hands in our faces and a few brick walls, you kind of doubt yourself. You wonder, did I miss God? Should I really be on this direction? And you lose your motivation. It's not like you don't love Jesus anymore. You love him, but it's hard sometimes to push through a wall of people saying no and pushing you down. So you need to go to a place where you can gain confidence again.
You know, also what I love about communities like this is that sometimes the Lord puts you in a vice where he starts to tell you that he wants you to do something that you have fear in. He's calling you to do something that you're not strong in, you're weak. And at times you wonder if it's the enemy or if it's just your own voice or it's your own mind that wants you to do that. And it's like, I love being in an environment where I can say to somebody, like you said, test your revelation and say, guys, I feel the Lord's calling me here. He's telling me to go out and to preach. And I am dead scared of public speaking. People, if I go out there, I'm going to freeze up. I'm going to sound like an idiot. I'm going to babble nonsense. I'm really afraid. Is this the Lord? Am I just, am I out of my head? And it's like, in that moment, that community will actually know who you are, the process you're going through, and they will get a revelation to help you to go in the right way.
Guys, these are 5 reasons why you need tribe. Now, for those of you who aren't necessarily prophets, but are listening to this because you're curious about this whole prophetic thing, should you be involved in a prophetic tribe? Well, I'm going to give you this warning. I think that it is good of you to involve yourself in a prophetic tribe if you're wanting to figure out, is there any prophetic in me? And to just see what's going on in the prophetic and to
good,
receive. Perhaps you need to understand what God is doing in the church. And you wouldn't mind being in an environment of people that can hear the voice of God for themselves. However, I am going to give you this warning. If you are not a prophet and join yourself to a prophetic tribe, it might feel a little over the top for you. You might get a little overwhelmed. Yes, because prophets, especially within our tribe, we let our hair down and we're just us. So if you're not used to hanging out with a bunch of wild prophets, you might get a little overwhelmed. But if if you have thick skin, if you feel this is where God's leading you, I say, my man, get yourself in there, get comfortable, but then don't get offended if prophets open their mouth and tell you exactly what they see and exactly what they sense and try and help you with sometimes a very sharp sword, okay? You just cannot say, I didn't warn you. You guys heard it, right?
Yeah.
You heard it.
Yeah, it reminds me of that saying when I used to play rugby. They said, rugby is a bunch of gentlemen playing like hooligans. And it's like, that's what happens to prophets when they come off the stage. When we're on the stage, we're gentlemen-like and we're showing, we're showing the good side. But when we get off, we're hooligans, And I think everybody should have that opportunity. And that's why we come back to this. Why do you need a tribe? Because you need to be a hooligan sometimes and have other people understand you.
I love that. That's a fantastic note to end on. We're here for you every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. myprophetictribe.com. Come and check it out. Come and be a part. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.